Hello, welcome. My name's Sean, sometimes known as the Beast, and this is just a quick collection update and what's been spinning this week. As always, thanks to everybody that's watched and commented on any of my videos, and the subscriptions are slowly creeping up towards the 200, which compared to some young trendy what they're called influencers, 200 is not a lot, but for an old fat knacker like me, well pleased. So without further ado, let's get cracked on there. First album is December Noir, the band name. The album is called Your Sunset, My Sunrise. This came out last year, and I saw this in quite a lot of people's end of year lists, and it completely passed me by. No idea why or whatever, but you know, we can't buy everything. This is out on Life Force Records. These gentlemen are from Germany. This is doom, death, quite melodic in places. It's their 5th album. It's an album, it's full of sorrow and mournful lyrics and sounds and melancholy, but there's the inner sleeve has got the lyrics on. It's really heavy and really powerful. Good old Black Wax. It's very atmospheric as well, and at certain points the spoken word phrasing on certain songs are so sort of like they add an extra layer of powerfulness, even though it's only a spoken word, which, you know, it sounds a little bit, maybe sounds a bit contradictory in terms of that, but the production's superb. It's real, it's quite thick, but it's a very well rounded sound altogether. Everything ties in really nicely, and it's to be honest, I think if I'd have had it, I can't remember exactly when it came out last year, but it certainly would have made my my album of the year's list. I'm not sure whereabouts, but certainly would have been up there and thereabouts, because it's really good album. I must have played it probably 5 or 6 times now. So yeah, if you haven't heard it yet, you're a bit late to the party like I was. December Noir, Your Sunset, My Sunrise on Life Force Records. Pop them over there. Next up, completely different, is this little beauty. The band are called Vitamin X. The album is called Age of Paranoia. Came out in 2018 on Southern Lord Records. I keep looking down there because that's where my notes are, as you know. These gentlemen are from Amsterdam. This is hardcore punk, crossover thrash almost. There's a couple of parts in it. Could even describe it as old school rock and roll. Not majorly, but you know, a couple of little passages there, you think, yeah. But this is this was a blind buy purely because of the cover, and it was a ridiculously cheap price in the record shop up in Newcastle that I frequent frequently. We've got the inlay card with the dudes all looking chilled and cool. Yeah, the artwork on the back of this is a bit to the knuckle, but yeah, this is a proper fun album. It's one of those ones where it sort of captures the old the punk ethic sound wise, like 80s punk and hardcore, but it's got a modern twist to it as well. But it's a solid record. I think this is good old Black Wax with the centre label. Yeah, really good. So I think it's their, what did I write down? I think it's the 4th or 5th full length. I can't remember now. I didn't write it down. But definitely worth a listen if you're in the mood for some modern-ish, old school hardcore punk thrash crossover stuff. Really good. My description of these are getting worse. Next up, and more in my current wheelhouse, this is Wombbath and The Great Desolation. This came out in 2018 on Soul Cellar Records, and if I say Sweden death metal, you sort of know what to expect, don't you? It's HM2, obviously, being Swedish, and it's the riffs. It's that typical chainsaw sound that you associate with Swedish death metal. They're not trying to be super clever and change things, but I'm a big believer in if something's not broken, then why change it? I read a review about this prior to buying it, and the gentleman was very disparaging about the fact that, you know, we've heard it before, we've heard it again, it's still not a style of music I enjoy listening to. Which is fair enough, you know, we've all got different tastes, but the style of music I do enjoy listening to, and I certainly wouldn't complain at what they created here. It's an absolute cracking little album. I think they had a release last year as well, Wombbath. In fact, I think I bought it. It's probably in the inbox to still be played. Black vinyl yet again, doing quite well today. But yeah, Wombbath, The Great Desolation from 2018. Did I say where it was on Soul Cellar Records? Yeah, I did. Really good album. Really, really good album. Talking of really, really good albums, and that are Swedish death metal, Imperishable and Come Sweet Death from last year. This was released on Hammerheart Records. I seem to have picked a lot of those up lately. Now, the only reason I heard about this was Liam, the Death Doom Metalhead, had posted in a group chat that we're all in because of the Dead of Winterfest. This is rapidly approaching up in Scotland this Saturday. I think there's still, they say there's 75% of the tickets gone. £15 a ticket, 11 bands. Whew, tell you what, you're missing out if you're not getting one. But yeah, he put it on there. It was on Amazon at a ridiculous price of something like, is it £11.61 or something like that. So fortunately, the time it was when Liam posted it in the group chat, I must have been the only one awake, because I went on Amazon and ordered it, and the very next morning it shot back up to £30. This again is HM2, riffs for days as you'd expect. It's sort of akin to, I don't like to say worship, but there's Entombed type of vibe to it. At the Gates, couple of Dismember aggressive parts. I believe, are we on black? Yes, we're on another one on black wax. 4 from 4, must be some type of a record that. But yeah, it is, it's really good. Now, I don't know if I'd have paid whatever ridiculous price it shot back up to the next day, but for an £11, 61 pence, blind buy really. I believe when Dylan was still doing his YouTube channel, I think he mentioned it on one of the last videos he did. And again, it's Swedish death metal. They're not reinventing the wheel, they're not trying to be overly clever. They've just released an album, solid HM2 riff heavy death metal album. So, the last one of this little update, and by far my favourite of this little update, because of the band it is Fulci, and their release, the Morrisound Session. This came out in 2023. It was actually recorded in the September of 2022. It's out on Maggot Stomp Records. Now, Fulci are from Italy. They are horror-based, brutal death metal. And apparently, whilst they were on tour in America, the opportunity arose to nip in to Morrisound. So they did. The gentleman, Jim Morris, was at the helm. I can't believe I forgot his name. And predominantly, the tracks that they've recorded are mostly from Tropical Sun, which that's no great surprise because that album's pretty much flawless. If I said to you the production on this is superb, it's not going to become a surprise when it's recorded where it was recorded and with the gentleman in charge that was doing the recordings. But I'm not normally a fan of albums that are re-recorded using the same people. You know, I know they did the Voivod one last year where they sort of re-recorded quite a few tracks, and I did enjoy that, to be fair. But some of them you think, what's the point? What's the point? The Caballero ones doing the Sepultura recovers last year. Again, I'd still prefer to listen to the original. I do enjoy them too. I'm not going to say I don't. But the originals, for me, still stand the test of time. So I'm not quite sure why they did that, unless it was just for coin. But I know for a fact that this one isn't black. This is green and black with the label upside down on that side, because I'm too stupid to turn it over. But yeah, this is since this popped through the door the other day, it's been played constantly. Again, I am a massive fan of Fulci, and as far as brutal death metal goes, this is just an incredible release. Don't think you're showing the back, there's not a lot on it. So yeah, if you get the chance to get hold of it, it's well worth investing in. They all are, to be fair, otherwise I wouldn't bother showing you, would I? Because that's what we do this thing for. So, like I say, it's Dead of Winter Festival this Saturday the 26th, I believe the date is, up in Bonnie, Scotland. There is a lot of the VC going up. I know unfortunately there's a couple of fellas dropped out through illness and stuff, but there'll still be plenty of us up there if you fancy grabbing yourself a ticket. £15, what's that? It's probably equivalent of 2.5 pints. So, on that note, again, thank you for watching, if you stuck out this long. So the subscribers, we're creeping towards that 200, and I've got an idea for a little bit of a competition giveaway type thing. Nothing too immersive or destructive or anything like that. Yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, if you've enjoyed any of my videos, just give me a thumbs up please, and obviously anything you want to chat about in the comments. To me now, I've realised how much I enjoy the interaction. It's nice to show stuff, but then when somebody says, oh, I bought this because you showed it, and I've done the same thing countless times, it makes it that little bit more worthwhile, and you think, yeah, I can keep doing these. It's quite good fun. In the background, before I disappear, we've been listening to something slightly different. It's the John Carpenter anthology, the first part. I wanted these on vinyl, but they came up on CD reasonably cheap, and I thought, well, I might get the vinyl at one point. But it's John Carpenter, absolutely incredible composer, and not too bad of a director, to be fair. So yeah, that's it for this one, and hopefully, if we all get to Scotland, because of this bloody storm that's in the UK at the moment, there might be a, I'm not sure if there'll be a review of the festival, but I would guarantee there'll be some merch bought, so that might make an appearance in some form or another, music wise, t-shirt wise, whatever. You know what us collectors come like. On that note, I'll say thank you very much, and see you in the next one. Cheers!